Let's talk about the art of crafting a podcast. You know, that magical blend of structure and spontaneity that keeps listeners coming back for more? It's a dance, really. On one side, you've got the script, your detailed word-for-word guide that ensures you hit every note perfectly. On the other side, there's the outline, that flexible framework that lets your personality shine through. Finding the sweet spot between these two is crucial to maintaining your unique voice and keeping your audience engaged. So, how do you decide whether to go with a script or an outline? Well, it all depends on the type of content you're creating. If you're delivering something that requires precision, like an educational episode or a gripping story, a script is your best friend. It's like having a safety net. You know exactly what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. For instance, if you're running a news podcast, accuracy is everything. You wouldn't want to misquote a source or get the facts wrong. But if you're hosting a casual interview or a conversational show, an outline is the way to go. It gives you the freedom to explore topics organically and encourages that dynamic dialogue we all love. Now, let's dive into structuring your script or outline. A clear structure is essential. It's what keeps your episode flowing logically and keeps your audience engaged. Think of the common podcast structure. You start with an introduction. This is your hook, your chance to grab attention. You might say something like, "Welcome to Money Matters. Today, we're uncovering 5 secrets to financial freedom." Instantly, you've set the stage and piqued curiosity. Next comes the main content. This is where you break down your episode into manageable sections, tackling one idea at a time. For a personal finance podcast, you might have segments like common budgeting mistakes and how to stick to your goals. Each segment is a building block that adds to the overall picture you're painting for your listeners. And don't forget the conclusion. This is your moment to summarize the key points, provide a takeaway, and include a call to action. Something like, remember, small changes can lead to big savings. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips. It's that final nudge that encourages your audience to engage further. When you sit down to craft your script, aim for a conversational tone. Write as if you're chatting with a friend. This makes your podcast relatable and engaging. Instead of saying, "This episode explores financial literacy among millennials," try, "Today, we are talking about how millennials can take control of their finances." See how much more inviting that sounds? Transitions are also essential. They guide your listeners smoothly from one section to the next. You might say, "Now that we've covered budgeting basics, let's dive into how to save for big goals." It's like a friendly hand guiding them along the path of your discussion. And don't shy away from incorporating prompts for emotion or emphasis. You can highlight moments for pauses, laughter, or emphasis in your script. For example, you might say, "Pause for effect. This one habit could save you thousands of dollars." Those little touches can make a world of difference. Now, let's talk about outlines. Outlines are all about key points rather than full sentences. They give you the structure you need while allowing for flexibility in your delivery. Take a health podcast, for example. You might start with an introduction like, "Welcome to Fit Life. Today's topic, the truth about fad diets." Then, you break it down into segments. What fad diets are, why they're popular, the risks and downsides, and research-based alternatives to healthy eating. It's clear, it's organized, and it keeps you on track while still allowing you to express yourself. Incorporating storytelling and examples is another powerful tool. Stories make your content relatable and memorable. If you're discussing career growth, share a personal anecdote about overcoming workplace challenges, or highlight success stories from your listeners. Those narratives create connections and make your message resonate on a deeper level. Timing and pacing are crucial too. You want to keep your episode within the desired length, so it's helpful to include approximate timings for each segment. For instance, your introduction might take 2 minutes, the main content could span 15 minutes, and the conclusion might wrap up in 3 minutes. This structure helps you stay focused and ensures you cover everything you intended to. Once you've crafted your script or outline, don't forget to revise and practice. Read your script aloud to see if it sounds natural. If you're working with an outline, practice to find that balance between structure and improvisation. You'll want to edit out any unnecessary words or overly complex sentences to maintain clarity and flow. Let's look at a couple of examples to drive this home. For a productivity podcast, your script might start with an introduction like, "Hi everyone, welcome back to Work Smarter, Not Harder. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we're diving into the top 3 productivity hacks you can implement right now to save time and reduce stress." You'd then introduce your first hack and provide valuable insights before wrapping up with a conclusion that encourages listener engagement. On the flip side, for a travel podcast, your outline might begin with, "Welcome to Wanderlust Weekly. This week's episode, Hidden Gems in East Africa." You'd outline the must-visit locations and planning tips, but you'd leave room to share your personal experiences or spontaneous thoughts as you go. In summary, whether you choose a script for precision or an outline for flexibility, both approaches have their merits. The key is to find what works for you and your content. Strive for clarity and engagement, and remember to let your unique voice shine through. Your audience is waiting, and with the right preparation, you'll keep them coming back for more.